This story is called Line, Please. I wrote it in memory of the time that I spent 3 months playing Joan of Arc in George Bernard Shaw's play, touring all over the South and in New York in my youth. So I wanted to share the short story with you. Line, please. Am I not then to be set free? Well, light your fire. Do you think I dread it as much as the life of a rat in a hole? The lines run through my head like the breeze through my hair on a spring day. I play and replay each scene until it becomes my mantra. If asked, I could rapidly speak the entire 3-hour play, all characters included, in less than 45 minutes. Not something I expect I'll get many requests for. Tomorrow is opening night. The box office reports the 1,500-seat house is sold out. Tomorrow at this time, I will be standing on the broad stage as George Bernard Shaw's feisty and fanatic Joan of Arc. It is in the bells that I hear my voices. They tell me God is on the side of France. I want half the audience to believe they saw a real saint resurrected for the night. The other half I want to walk out discussing the fine line between madness and extreme religious devotion. The play is riddled with monologues, long sequences where I'm alone on the stage speaking Hamlet-like to my soul and incidentally to 1,500 people. The fear and excitement meld inside me. Sleep is out of the question. I decide to go for a brandy with the stage manager, Jim. So just how drunk do you plan to get, Jim asks as I down my 4th drink. How do people get through this? The night before, I ask. You're doing fine, he assures me. They get drunk enough to sleep. They spend the next day terrified. They decide never to act again. And then they get on the stage, say their first lines, and become prisoners of this crazy life. Have you ever seen an actor blank? I mean, really blank, so that the audience knew they had forgotten their lines. I figure after 30 years stage managing, Jim has seen just about everything. Oh, sure, hundreds of times. But what feels like minutes to the actors is really only seconds. The play goes on. The audience doesn't care as long as the play goes on. Even Olivier forgot his lines once. He was at the end of a long run of Hamlet. He sat on the stage alone. In his great booming voice, he began, "Oh, that this too sullied flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew." And then he paused. I could see from the wings, and I knew he was totally blank. He hadn't a clue what came next. Then the blank look disappeared. The face was Hamlet's once again, and in the same canon of a voice, he said, "Line, please." I whispered the line, and he took off like a freight train. He steamed through Hamlet's anger, then finished the last words of this soliloquy so quietly the theater was a church. It is not, nor it cannot come to good, but break my heart, for I must hold my tongue. Ah, what a performance! The audience was spellbound. After Jim's story, falling asleep is easy. I fill my head with visions of Olivier and thunderous applause, but once asleep, a dream unfolds. I stand on a stage blinded by spotlights. Actors pass by me, saying their lines, waiting for me to pick up my cues. I try to speak, but I can't remember what play I'm performing. I don't know who I'm supposed to be. I'm humiliated, paralyzed, terrified. Voices scream down to me, "Curry, get into costume. 10 seconds to curtain. That's the wrong script. We did that play yesterday. Who am I supposed to be?" I run backstage looking for someone to tell me what is going on. But the people have all turned to mannequins, wooden and able to answer me. Your cue, get on stage, the voices screech. I run out into the lights and start making up lines. Laughter comes flying out of the black. The sweat soaks my costume. I wake up with my nightgown drenched. 5 minutes to curtain, waiting in the wings. I tell Jim about my dream. Oh, the actor's nightmare, he says. Every serious actor has it sooner or later. You've heard this dream before, I ask, shocked. Sure, he smiles. Welcome to the club. And remember, this is a play, not open heart surgery. I give him a quick kiss on the cheek, and St. Joan takes the stage.